Alright, let's delete the cube. Let's press 1 on the numpad to go to front view. We're going to add a mesh circle. Hold shift, press A, mesh circle. We're going to rotate this on the x-axis, RX 90. Let's press period on the numpad to go up close. Let's press tab to go into edit mode. We need to be in vertex select, so you can go up here to the top left and click on here. Or press 1 on the keyboard. Let's select these lower vertices and we're going to delete them. Delete vertices. Let's zoom out a little bit. We're going to add a modifier. This is modifier properties. This wrench here, click on there, add modifier. We're going to add a mirror modifier. Let's select this vertex here and we're going to extrude it down on the z-axis, EZ -2. We're going to extrude it over on the x-axis, EX 10. We're going to extrude it up on the z-axis, EZ 8. And then we're going to extrude it over on the x-axis manually, EX, and then just move it over here. Just so it's a little bit to the right of this blue line. Let's press tab to go into object mode, and you see we have this gap here, and we're in object mode and we have the mirror modifier here. Let's go over here to this arrow and then just apply the modifier. Let's put the cursor back in the viewport and then press tab to go back into edit mode. And you see that these two vertices are selected. We can press period on the numpad to go up close to those, and let's merge them. Press M and then just merge at center. Okay, now we need to go into edge select, so go up here to the top left and you can click on here or press 2 on the keyboard. And now we need to select all these edges, so you need to hold down Alt, and then you can just left click anywhere on any edge here. That selects the whole thing. You see we have everything's connected. We have this complete circuit here. And okay, so now with the cursor inside of the object we can add a face, so just press F and that adds a face. Okay, let's turn this around. We're still in edge select, so let's select this edge and then shift select this edge, and we're going to extrude back EY 20, and that adds a couple walls there. Let's select this edge and then shift select these edges, and then with the cursor here we're going to add another face. Press F and that adds a roof. Let's press 7 on the numpad to go to top view, and then period to go up close. We're going to add an inset. Press I, and then we're going to just drag it in like this. We have this inner square here. Let's go to side view, 3 on the numpad, and then let's just go up here to viewport shading. Viewport shading up here, it's these 4 circles here. Right now we're in solid mode. We can go into wireframe mode. The first one, it's this first circle with a mesh on it, and you just click on there. That's wireframe mode, and you can see through it. Remember, this this square is still selected. We're going to extrude it down. Just press E and just move it down like this. Then let's go back up here to viewport shading, and now we're going to go to the third circle, which is material preview. Just click on there, and then let's go tab back into object mode, and you can see we have this nice wall that we made. Okay, so now we can name this object. Go up here to the outliner. It's still under circle, so let's change the name. Just left click on here twice, and then I'm going to change the name to Bailey, B-A-I-L-E-Y. That's like a medieval name for a courtyard in a castle, like this. Okay, now we're going to add a cylinder. Shift A, mesh cylinder. We're going to scale it up. S2, we're going to scale it up on the z-axis, SZ 2.3. Let's move it over here, G, and just move it right here. Let's give it a modifier. We're going to give it a mirror modifier, add modifier, mirror, and then for this to work we need to apply all transforms, so hold Control, press A, and then apply all transforms, and then it mirrors it. Let's right click and then select Shade Smooth. And then let's go down here to Object Data Properties, this triangle here, and let's click on there and then go to Normals and then just check Auto Smooth. Let's press 7 on the numpad to go to top view, and then we can zoom in on this a little bit. Press tab to go into edit mode, and then we need to go up here to the top left and we need to select, we need to go to face select. Click on here or press 3 on the keyboard. We need to select this top face here, and so everything else is unselected. Let's go back to top view. And then we're going to extrude this out. We're going to extrude and scale it. So you type in ES and then just drag it out a little bit like this. Okay, let's go to front view, press 1 on the numpad. We're just going to extrude this up, E, and then extrude it up to about here. Okay, let's go back to top view, 7. And now we're going to add an inset, press I, and then just drag in. Now, kind of doing the opposite of what we just did. We're still in face select, so let's just select this face here, and then shift select this face, and then skip a face, and then select the next 3. Skip a face, and then select the next 3, and then just keep doing this all the way around. Let's go back to front view, and then let's extrude up again. And just make this layer about the same height as the first one. Let's just tab into object mode, and you see we've got this nice wall here with the ridges. Okay, tab back into edit mode, and you see actually let's name this. Go into object mode and go up here to where it says cylinder, just left click on there twice, and then we're just going to put in round tower. Okay, let's tab back into edit mode. We're going to add a window here. So this is this the center vertical line, so we can use that as a reference point. Let's just put the cursor up here. We're going to add a loop cut, hold Control, press R, left click twice, and then another one here, hold Control, press R, left click twice. Let's add a couple of horizontal loop cuts, hold Control, press R, left click, move this up. Okay, let's add another loop cut with the cursor over here, hold Control, press R, left click once, another horizontal loop cut, move this up to here. Now let's press, we can go up here to top left and click on vertex select, or press 1. Select this vertex here, the one that's on the middle vertical line, and then the top line here. And let's move this up, GZ, move it up like this. And then we're going to add another horizontal loop cut, so you put the cursor here, hold Control, press R, left click once, and you have this odd shaped loop cut here, but this is what we want. Just move this up here, and then let's go over here to the toolbar here on the left, and you see this knife tool. It's this box with the diagonal cut in it. Just click on there, and then the cursor will turn into a knife. And then let's click on here, and then here, and then just press enter, and then bring the cursor back up here to select box, and then click on there, and then it turns back, goes back to normal. Let's add another loop cut here, put the cursor here, hold Control, press R, left click once, and then just move it a little bit to the right, and then left click once again. Let's hold Control, press R, left click once, and again move it over to the left a little bit, and left click once again. Okay, now let's go into face select. You know how to do that, 3. Okay, and then select this face. Let's go to side view, 3 on the numpad. Let's go back up here to viewport display, go to wireframe view. We're going to drag this back on the y-axis, GY, drag it back. Let's go back up here to material preview, the 3rd one. Go back to front view, 1 on the numpad, and now we're going to separate this from the tower. So you separate the window from the tower, so you press P and then separate by selection. Press tab to go into object mode, and then select the window. Let's go over here to the outliner, and we're going to name this. So click on here, and we're just going to add window around tower, and then we can just take this 0.001 out. And there you go. Now let's go down here to material properties, this beach ball icons, click on there. I'm going to add a new material, click new, and then go down here to base color, and then this white rectangle, click on there, and then this thing comes up, and we're just going to drag this dial down to get like a dark gray. And we can name this material. Let's just name it window. And then let's select the round tower, and if you go here, you see that this is the default material. Just select that and go down here to base color, this rectangle, click on here, and then we'll do the same thing. Just drag this dial down, make this a little bit darker, but not as dark as the window. And we can name this material, we'll just name it wall. And then we can give this material into the Bailey, the wall material. Now let's add a cube, Shift A, mesh, cube. We're going to scale this up, S2. We're going to scale it up on the Z-axis, SZ2 0.3. Let's move it over. G, just move it over here. And again, we're going to give this, go to modifiers, we're going to give this a mirror modifier, and then apply all transforms, hold Control, press A, apply all transforms. And now we're going to press 7 to go to top view. Zoom in a little bit. Let's press tab to go into edit mode, and then we're in face select. Let's select this top face, so it's the only one selected. Let's extrude and scale it out, ES, drag it out here. Let's go to front view, and then we're going to extrude it up, E, just make it about the same as the other one there. And let's go back to top view. Now we're going to right click and we're just going to select subdivide, and then you'll see down here there'll be this box that says subdivide. Click on there, and then it'll say number of cuts. Just put in 10 and just click here. Select this face, and then shift select this face and this face, skip one, then select these three faces, skip one, then these three faces, and then these two, skip one, these three, and then let's just do this all the way around. Go back to front view, and then we're going to extrude up, E, again, just use the first as a guide. And again, let's press tab to go in object mode. Again, got a nice wall with ridges. Let's tab back into edit mode, and we're going to add a loop cut here for the window. Hold Control, press R, left click twice, add another loop cut here, hold Control, press R, left click once. Just move this over here, and then add another one here, hold Control, press R, left click once, and just move this over here like this. Again, put this over on the side to make a horizontal loop cut, hold Control, press R, left click once, and then just try to line this up with the top of the inner window here. And then let's do another one, hold Control, press R, left click once, and then just line this one up with maybe the bottom with the outside edge here. Now let's go into vertex select. Let's select this vertex. We're going to move it up, GZ, move it up like this. And then we're going to add another loop cut here. Hold Control, another horizontal loop cut, hold Control, press R, left click once. Again, the odd shaped loop cut that we need. Let's go over here to knife tool again, and then just select this, click on this, and then drag it here, click this, press enter. Again, go up to select box, click on there. Let's add another loop cut here, hold Control, press R, and then left click once. Let's move it a little bit over here to the right, and then add another one here, hold Control, press R, left click once, and then again move it over here a little bit to the left. Now let's go into face select, select these two faces, go to side view, go to viewport shading, wireframe view. Let's drag this back, GY, again drag it back the same as the first one, same depth. Let's go back to material preview, then back to front view. Again, we're going to separate this from the tower. Actually, I forgot to name the tower, so let's go tab back in real quick, tab back into object mode. We're going to just name the cube, rename the cube, we're going to name it square tower. Okay, so let's go back into edit mode, and that's still selected. Now let's separate it, P, and then separate by selection. Back into object mode, then select the window, and then again we can rename this, click there, and then we're just going to add window, and then take this this part off. Okay, so now that's selected. Let's go down here to material properties, and again let's just give this the window material, and then we'll give the tower the wall material. Let's press 7, and then zoom out a little bit here. Let's so these square towers are selected. Let's duplicate them, hold shift, press D, and then we're going to move it back on the y-axis, GY, just move it back here, and then go back to front view here, and then we've got a nice nice castle here. Let's just add another plane here, Shift A, add a plane here, Shift A, mesh plane. We're going to rotate it on the x-axis, RX 90, and then we're going to press period on the notepad to go up close, and then we're going to scale it down, S.1, scale that down. Let's move it, G, just move it up to like right about here, right about here. Let's press period again to go up close. Let's press tab to go into edit mode, and we're gonna add an inset I.3 3. And so we have this inner square, and we're going to delete this. We're in face select, we'll delete this face here. And press tab to go back into object mode. And we're going to duplicate this this square here. Hold shift, press D, and then we're going to move the duplicate over on the x-axis GX. Move it over so they're side by side. And now we can repeat this action. So how you repeat it is you hold, this is how you do it, you hold shift and then you press R. And you just keep shift held down, just keep pressing R, and that keeps repeating that last action. Okay, now let's hide the Bailey for a second. This square is selected. Let's shift select all the other squares. And we're going to join these, hold control, press J, and that joins them. They're one piece now. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to duplicate this, hold shift, press D, duplicate. We're going to move it down on the Z-axis, GZ, move it down right below here. And now we're going to repeat, hold shift and then press R, and keep pressing R to repeat with shift held down. Okay, now that one is selected, that row. Let's shift select the rest of them, and then we're going to join them. Hold control, press J, that joins them. They're one piece. Now we can go up here to the outline, or we can rename this. We'll just name this gate, G-A-T-E. Let's go to side view, and then let's go up here to wireframe view, and then we're going to add a modifier. The gate is still selected. Let's add a modifier to the gate. Click on modifier properties, add modifier. We're going to add a solidify modifier, and then we're going to make the thickness 1. Type in 1 for the thickness, and then you see we have a thick gate there. Let's go back to material preview. We can give the gate a material. Let's go down here to material properties, new, and then base color. Click on here, and then just give it like a dark orange, and then let's just drag the dial down. You get a nice brown, and then let's put the roughness down about 0.1. Make it a little bit shiny, and we can name this material. Let's just name it wood. Okay, let's unhide the Bailey again. And let's go to front view here. So we can straighten this out. Straighten out on the x-axis, GX. Let's just move it, center it better. Center it. And then let's center it. Let's line it up on the Z-axis. Line the bottom up with the bottom of the building here. Okay. Now what we need to do is, this is you see it's like right in line with the wall. We need it to be behind the wall, so let's move it back a little bit. GY, just move it back just a little bit. That'll do it. Okay, and now we're going to add another plane. Shift A, mesh plane. We're going to rotate this plane on the x-axis, RX90. We're going to move it up on the z-axis, GZ, and then we're going to bring it up here. We're going to move it over on the x-axis, GX, right about here. Let's press period on the numpad to go up close. We're going to scale down on the z-axis, SZ, just scale down to here. Let's back up again. Let's add another cylinder, Shift A, mesh cylinder. We're going to scale this cylinder down, S.05, that scales it down by 20, and then we're going to scale it up on the z-axis, SZ80. Let's move it up on the z-axis, GZ, move it right up here. So we've got a flagpole and a flag. Let's shift select on both of these. We're going to move them back, GY, move them back behind that wall. Let's go back to front view. Let's you can select the flagpole. Let's just go over here and rename it. Click on here twice. Flag pole, and it's selected. We'll just give it we'll give it the wood material. Select the flag. All right, let's just change the name to flag. Press period on the numpad to go up close. Press tab to go into edit mode, and then right click and then select subdivide, and then there's this box down here and it has number of cuts, put in 20. Then let's select this first vertical line here, the one closest to the flagpole, and go down here to object data properties, this triangle here, and then it's going to have vertex groups, and then this plus sign. Click on the plus sign, that adds a group. You can change the name if you want, but I'm not going to bother. And then just assign it, and then we're going to go back into object mode and then go over here to physics properties, this atom icon here, click on here, and then select cloth. And let's go down here to shape and click on there, and then pin group, there's this vertices icon, click on there and then just click on group, and then open up collisions and then check self collisions. Now let's go here to material properties. We're going to add a material, new, base color, and then just give it, I'm going to give it like a dark red, and then I'm going to put the roughness up to about 0.9. Okay, and then I need to add wind, so you shift A and then force field wind, and it adds this fan here. Let's move it up, G, move it up here, and then let's rotate it, R, so the arrows are facing toward the flag. And then let's go to top view 7, and we're going to move it back on the y-axis, GY, move it right back here, and you want it to add a little bit of an angle to the flag, so RZ, that rotates it like that, so it's pointing at the flag here. Maybe in a little bit closer, GX, a little bit closer here. Okay, now we can play the animation, this arrow here on the timeline, and you have the now I forgot to strengthen the fan, so you need to go here to physics properties, and there's where it says strength, it's only 1, which is really weak, so we need to put it up to like 4,000. Okay, now let's try it, and that's blowing nicely. Okay, now we can animate the gate, so select the gate and then move up close, and make sure you're in front view 1 on the numpad, and let's just move the timeline up here a little bit, and then let's go to frame 1. So in here click in 1, and then so the gate is in the closed position. We'll add a keyframe for that. So with the cursor in the viewport, press I and then select location, and that makes a keyframe for this location. Let's go to frame 100, and now we're going to open the gate, GZ, just open it up to about here, and then again with the cursor in the viewport, press I and then set a keyframe for location. Let's go to frame 140, and again we're going to set a keyframe for this location, I, location, and that holds it up. That's going to hold it for 40 frames. Let's go to frame 250, and let's close the gate, GZ, close it. And then again with the cursor in the viewport, let's set a keyframe for location. Okay, so now let's play the animation, and you can see the gate is going up, and then it holds for a little bit, and then it goes back down. So thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.